There's the knockoff Turbo Man, Tubro Man.
The Tubro.
That was Tubro.
Yeah.
Tubro Man.
Yeah, the knockoff version. Hi, welcome back to misformeeple. My name's Mitch.
And I'm Morgan, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about 10 Christmas-themed board games.
Yeah, and we're sort of back from like a hiatus.
Yeah, we apologize we missed a few videos. So I work for a greeting card company, and Mitch works for a shipping company.
Yep.
So Christmas is like the busiest time of the year for us.
I mean, Christmas is a busy time for everyone.
It is.
Like in general, you know, with everything going on with family and the holidays.
For our work, personally, it is.
Yeah.
Extremely busy for us. So we haven't had the opportunity to film and edit.
Or a day off.
Yeah. Yeah, in Mitch's case, a day off.
Yeah.
But anyways, we are back and we are very excited to be sharing some Christmas-themed board games with you. There's not that many Christmas-themed board games from what I could find, but we do have 10 here. We've played all of these games and they're super fun. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So
Sure. Are you going first? Am I going first?
I can go first.
Yeah.
So let me grab the first one. I have my gnome mug here. For anyone who knows me, I am obsessed with holiday gnomes.
They're all over our house.
Yeah, I keep adding them.
Yeah. I don't want to say every day I come home I find another
They're
gnome.
so cute.
But every now and then, it's like maybe every other week.
Yeah.
I'll see one, I'll be like, I don't think we had that one
I really want to branch
before.
out to other holidays. Like, have you seen the Halloween gnomes? Okay, anyways, sidetracked. The first game we're going to talk about, let me set my hot chocolate down here, is Santa Cookie Elf Candy Snowman, published by Dolphin Hat Games. This is the Christmas version of Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza, but in this game, the special characters or special cards are different. They have a Christmas theme. So you have the star, which is the Silent Night card. So if that one comes up, you have to go shh before you can slap. There is the reindeer, which you have to make antlers. I shouldn't have to do it because I'm wearing antlers.
Cheating. That's cheating. You still got to do it.
And then there is the drums, where you have to drum on the table and go rum-pum-pum-pum before you can
Okay, I was going to
grab.
say, how's that different from the groundhog? But the rum-pum-pum-pum
Exactly,
changes
rum-pum-pum-pum. So we're going to go too much into this because if you've watched any of our other videos, we have talked about Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza before, and we've talked about the Halloween version of Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza. Basically, you're just slapping your hands in when a card you lay down matches what you say, and everyone just plays cards in a circle saying Santa Cookie Elf Candy Snowman until a card matches.
Yeah, it's a really fun game.
Super fun, super quick, plays up to 8 people. Kids love it, adults love it. It is great for Christmas time. Santa Cookie Elf Candy Snowman.
All right, well, I'm going to take a sip of my hot chocolate out of my mug, which is
Great Smoky Mountains.
the Great Smoky Mountains. Is that where we went on vacation when? This year?
No.
No.
We went to Rocky Mountain National Park.
Rocky Mountains where we went this year.
We went there on our 4th anniversary.
Oh, that was a while ago.
2018.
All right, I'm just going to set that to the side. All right, now we're going to talk about the 12 Dice of Christmas. And this is by Steve Jackson Games, the guy who did Munchkin.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So in 12 Dice of Christmas, you're rolling the 12 dice and you are taking turns pulling one dice from that pool. And when you pull that number on your little score sheet, 1 through 12, you can either score it right away, marking off the number that matches on the dice and then putting the dice back in the bag. And then the next person can pull a dice from the 11 remaining and score that number, or they can choose to save that dice. So that way, as the round progresses, each player either scoring or saving a dice, you can score your dice's total, because on your little score sheet, it goes from 1 to 12. So obviously, you need more than one dice to get anything higher than 6. But if you need to, you can, save 2, you could save, we got up to 4 the one time.
Yeah.
We had 4 dice to score like 10. The 10 on the sheet. So it's really quick, really simple game.
Did you explain that the score sheets are presents?
I did not.
Yeah,
no.
so they're presents, and it's basically just whoever buys their 12 presents first.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, you're crossing off your gift. Like, I got this gift for this person.
I didn't get that. That didn't come across when we were playing. But I liked it. I thought it was like a good theme. And I guess are you supposed to organize the dice in like a little pyramid? Or
no,
like a Christmas tree?
I think that's just decorative.
Oh, is that just decorative? Yeah. Oh, okay.
But anyways, it's a really good one to play for if you're bringing something to the holidays with people who aren't really gamers. You can easily have a conversation while you're playing this game because you're just rolling, choosing to save or score your die. Plays really quickly, plays with a bunch of people. I think plays up to 6 players. But yeah, just a really lightweight, family-friendly Christmas game. Yeah.
Next game.
All right, the next game that we have is Don't Get Got, a Christmas party game published by Big Potato Games. And we have not played the Christmas version of this, but we have played the original Don't Get Got. And basically what it is it is a game that you play while you're playing other games. So it's a game you kind of play like in the background over like a period of like an extended period of time. And the first person who completes 3 missions wins the game. So in this version, you have Christmas-themed missions.
Right. Say it's snowing outside and get someone to go look. Have someone wipe food off their face that's not actually there. You know, it's typical stuff that happens at like a family Christmas party or whatnot. And now that I'm saying family Christmas party, I wish we would have took this to my family Christmas party.
Oh my God.
Because we could have totally got people to play this.
Well, it only plays up to 10, and there was like 40 people at your family Christmas party for a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like Mitch was saying, they are very Christmas-themed missions. However, if you think somebody is trying to get you, you can call them out on it. So if somebody's like, yeah, it's snowing, go out and check. And you're like, is it really snowing? Or are you just trying to complete a mission? Yeah, you're just trying to get me.
I'm not trying to get got.
Yeah, and if they were trying to get you, then they have to tell you that that's the case.
It's one of the greatest feelings when you tell someone, like, you just got. Like, completing the mission. Oh, so good.
But yeah, it's super fun. It plays up to 10 people. It's kind of like a good, just game to play while you're visiting with people. And especially if you're, if you see the same people over like the holiday break, like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, over like a couple days or a week long, if you have out of town relatives that come in and you're going to see them for a couple days. This is a really good one to play over multiple days because people kind of forget that you're playing it, and then it's like prime opportunity to get somebody because they're like, shoot, totally forgot we're still playing that. But it's super fun.
Yeah, love it.
Anyways, that is Don't Get Got, the Christmas party game.
The next Christmas game I want to talk about is based on one of my favorite Christmas movies, and that's Jingle All The Way. And who makes this game? I don't even see it. Funko. Oh, Funko. Okay. Yeah, Jingle All The Way made by Funko. How many people can play this one?
4.
2 to 4. 2 to 4. So this is a game all about trying to score points of collecting figurines from the Turbo Man, like, not cartoon series, but the TV, the
90s movie.
In the show, in the movie, it's a TV show. Turbo Man's a TV show. So it's like all about, collecting action figures from that TV show. But it's, you're doing this by playing cards from your hand, which allow you to do special actions. These special actions can be swapping presents. I feel like I'm doing a bad job explaining.
No, you're doing good. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So these cards have all kinds of sorts of special actions, like swapping 2 figurines from either your cart or your opponent's cart, or from like the shelves up there, flipping them over to reveal what they are, and all the different action figures score differently. Like if you collect a bunch of boosters, each booster that you get kind of compounds to where if you have 2 of them, it scores 4. If you have 4 of them, it's going to score 16. 5 scores 25. So it's like they each compound on the other. And boosters kind of win you the game. But if you get a Turbo Man figure, and there's only one in the game, that's 10 points. So it's a pretty big point number. If you get...
there's the knockoff Turbo Man. Tubro Man.
The Tubro.
That was Tubro.
Yeah.
Tubro Man.
Yeah, the knockoff version. I almost picked that one because I picked it up at a glance
They're
and put it
very
back.
similar.
Yeah.
Gotta check.
Yeah, I almost messed it up.
Counterfeit.
But like on the cards that you're playing that allow you to do these special actions of manipulating the figures is all this sort of like comic book art that looks like it's kind of transferred stills from the movie into a comic book fashion. To where it's like they've just taken like a freeze frame of it and then, you know, cartoonified it.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of fun playing it because I really like that movie. I know Arnold Schwarzenegger is kind of cheesy, like have it to be one of your favorite Christmas movies. That and the Tim Allen Santa is one of my favorite Christmas movies.
And if you've never seen Turbo Man, or not, I'm sorry, I keep calling it Turbo Man. If you've never seen Jingle All The Way,
Turbo Man's pretty much
it
Iron
is
Man.
like a late 90s movie that stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's all about him trying to get the season's hottest toy for his kid. And the season's hottest toy is the Turbo Man action figure. And he was supposed to pre-order it, and he didn't.
He kept telling his wife he did.
He did, and
he's
then
like, I just got to go to the office, pick it up.
He procrastinated, and he didn't get the toy like he was supposed to. And so on Christmas Eve, you're just following his adventure, trying to track down this toy, and he ends up getting it and losing it, and
Are you gonna
all
spoil
over
the
the
whole
place.
movie? What if they haven't seen it?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Yeah, you're watching Arnold Schwarzenegger in a silly Christmas movie trying to get Turbo Man.
Yeah, it stars young Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
From episode 1. Who doesn't love that kid? It's got
A lot of people.
I know. Who's the guy? He's not really a villain. It's got a mailman who's very disgruntled because he can't get his kid a Turbo Man. Is that Sinbad? He's not. He's sort of the bad guy, ish.
Nah.
It's like
he's just trying to get his kid the same toy.
no. He turns from hero to villain in that movie. Yeah, because he.
He literally becomes a villain. But anyways, playing this game kind of invokes the same feeling you get when you watch the movie, because all, like Mitch said previously, all the cards have like scenes from the movie, like as like comic book art, which is really cool. Because you're like, oh, I remember that scene like in the mall, or I remember like this part, the reindeer, and I don't know, it was really cool.
They're all chasing after the lottery balls, and they're just flying everywhere.
Okay, I think we spoiled that movie. Can you spoil a movie that's
At what
old?
point are you allowed to spoil a movie?
I don't know.
Some people wait 3 weeks.
If you haven't seen Jingle All The Way, we definitely recommend you do.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yep.
Jingle All The Way, it's Turbo Time, the card game.
It's Turbo Time.
Alrighty. Next on our list is Christmas Lights, a card game published by 25th Century. In Christmas Light, everyone has a secret or 2 secret objective cards that they are trying to complete. And the objective cards show the pattern of Christmas lights that they need to get. So it might be like, oh, you need a red bulb, and then a purple bulb, and then a blue bulb, green bulb, yellow. And then your next card will be another set of 5 different colors, and they have to be in order. Problem is, you can't see the cards in your hand. So everyone has a set of, was it 5 cards?
Yes.
So everyone has a hand of 5 cards, but the cards are face out. So you don't know what cards you have. So you have to rely on everybody else at the table to give you information about what cards are in your hand. So on your turn, you can play a card. So you can randomly play a card and hope that you get it right. If you're wrong, you have to discard it. If you're right, then it just goes in your sequence. You can take a card from another player and swap it with one of your own, because you can see all the other players' cards.
You can do all of these things.
Right, or sorry, you do them in order.
Yeah, you can choose. You can skip ones, but yeah, you can do all of these things. So
you start by playing a card. If you don't have a card to play, then you move to. You don't have to do them though. That's what I'm saying. These are possible actions.
Yeah.
So you can swap a card. So you be like, okay, I see Mitch has a green bulb in his hand, and I need a green bulb. So I'm going to swap this card for his green bulb. But you don't know what you're giving him in return.
Right, but you see it as soon as you put it in their hands, where you're like, damn, I just gave him a green bulb.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Pointless.
And then the next one is you can sell cards. So you can take as many cards as you want from your hand, and you can sell them. So you can put them face up on the table, and you kind of auction them off. Like, okay, Mitch, are you interested in this red bulb? And if he is interested, you get to ask him a question,
A yes or no
question about your hand.
This is where like the game becomes very interesting.
Yes.
Because you can sell up to 2 cards, right?
I think so.
So that gives you 2 questions. So this is where like your questions can like give you huge information to where, you know, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, like, it's like, do I have a green in my hand? Or, you know, is this card red? You know, and they'll gesture to a card or something like that. But where it really gets interesting, like, is if you're like, do I have a red or a green in my hand? So that way you're kind of getting a little bit more information. Still yes or no question. Or like, yeah. So you can kind of like spread it out a little bit to where if you have 2 different string patterns you're going for, you can kind of expand the question. I really like the questions. It was good.
So then you can sell by asking questions, and then there's also like special bulbs. So there's
oh yes,
the bubble.
The
bubble bulb is
wild.
a wild. However, if you play a wild in your card, you can essentially use it for any of the colors to complete your chain, because you can't move on to the next bulb until you complete the correct color before it, or you play a bubble bulb. So the bubble bulb is a wild. However, if you do play a bubble bulb, then you have to draw an event card. And the event cards can be good or they can be bad. They can be like, oh, everybody gets to look at 1 card in their hand, or you have to discard your hand, which can be very punishing if you know 3 of your cards, because then you're essentially starting all over again. So they're kind of a risk by playing a bubble bulb. There's also broken bulbs,
which just allow you to skip.
Yeah, we'll let you skip. So say like you don't have a blue, but you know you have a red in your hand, and you know that the next, like the...
Yeah, it goes blue-red.
Yeah.
So you can play that broken
Yeah, you know that the third one you need is red. So you could play your broken bulb to skip blue for the time being, and then you can play red. However, before you can win the game or move on to your next strand, you have to replace the bulb. So you have to play that blue at some point.
Yeah.
But it just allows you more time to acquire a blue, but still working on your strand. Once you've completed your first objective card, you have to end it by playing a plug.
Yes, that's correct.
Once you play a plug, then you can start on your second light strand. And it's the first person who finishes both strands of lights. But yeah, it's super fun. It plays up to 6 players. And I really like the fact that you can't see what's in your hand. So it's like you're always just trying to get information about what you have. And it's really unique.
At one point, you know, if someone's taking a really long time to think about their turn, you might start forgetting what you have in your hand, and then you just get kind of messed up a bit.
Yeah, because at some point it becomes a memory game. So like a pro tip, when we played it, we would put the cards, because they're normal cards, so like the numbers or the colors are on both sides of the card. So the ones that we knew, we would put upside down. So like the text on the back of the card was like facing down. So I'd be like, okay, I know these 2 cards is like red and blue. But then the whole time you're just trying to say those colors in your head, like red, blue, red, blue. And then when it comes to your turn and you're trying to play it, if you screw up and you put the red one down when you meant to put the blue one, you have to discard it. So you have to be really confident that you know what's in your hand before you play it.
Well, I almost use the questions to like hold my hand out and ask like, does my hand go red, purple, yellow, green? Because
that would have been good.
I thought about it, but then I was just like, oh, like I'll just say something else because I didn't want other people to do that. But yeah, you can do stuff like that.
But the chances of you actually getting that right.
Well, I had 3 of them like I was confident in, but that other one I wasn't quite sure.
So why wouldn't you just ask what that one is then?
But I wanted to like
confirm that you remembered it right.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, Christmas Light is super fun. Good to play with the family. I like that it plays with 6 people because you can get a little bit more players around the table. And especially at Christmas time, there's always
people everywhere. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
The card game.
So next up is Ghost of Christmas from BoardGameTables.com, who recently changed their name to All Play. They feel like this better encompasses their company's ideas. They no longer just focus on board games. They focus on they no longer focus on board game tables. they also have, board games that they're doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of their board games are pretty easy, 1 or 2 minutes to teach, something that everyone or all can play. So I thought that was kind of a good, direction of the company that they're going. But Ghost of Christmas is for 3 to 4 players. It's a trick-taking game where you'll be playing 3 tricks at the same time. You'll be playing a trick in the past, present, and future, representing by the 3 ghosts of Christmas. And on the starting player's turn, you'll be using cards from your hand. All 12 cards get dealt out at the start. Yeah, so you have 12 cards to choose from at the start, and you get to play a card in the past, present, or future. And the suits aren't determined until you are the first person to put a suit or card down in one of those 3 tricks. You put a yellow card in the present. Yellow is now the trump suit, and everyone's got to put down yellow for the present. If someone puts down a blue for the future, everyone else has got to start putting down blues for the future. Unless you run out of that specific color, then you can play anything. You can always play red, which is just the trump.
It's a heart.
Yeah, it's a heart.
Yeah,
which is just the trump suit all the time for anyone. After everyone has played a card down in all 3 tricks, you then look and see who won the past. Because whoever won the past will now get the little top hat token and determine the lead suits for the present and future. So let's say everyone put down yellow, and Morgan won with the 12 yellow. But in the present, I put down a trump green card. I started the green because I was first player. Or it's not a trump, but Morgan didn't have any green cards in her hand, so she put down a blue card. So now that Morgan went in the past and she has the top hat, the trump suit actually becomes blue because she's got the little top hat.
It's not trump suit, the winning suit.
The winning suit. Yeah, sorry. I am saying
trump suit is heart.
Yeah. Trump suit's heart. Yeah, so now the winning suit is blue. So now my green is null and void, and anyone who's got a blue card down in the present wins. But same thing happened to frickin' Billy Bob on the other side of the table, and they got a higher blue card. So now they're now in charge of the winning suit for the future, which no one had of whatever the other color is, green or something. I don't know.
So if you win the trick in the past, you determine, you change the future essentially. Yeah. So the present card would be based on what you put down in the present. It's a very interesting game. It's very similar to Skull King because there's also a betting mechanism.
There is the betting mechanism.
You don't have to play with it if you play with the Tiny Tim variant.
Betting mechanisms are my least favorite part about trick-taking games.
Well, that's just betting because that's not
the way they do betting.
Okay.
Is my least favorite part about a lot of these trick-taking games. But they have a Tiny Tim variant, which just removes that, and I liked that.
So the betting is just you have all of these little door tokens, and so you are betting to see how many tricks you can win across the 4 different rounds, right?
Across the hand. Because
across the hand.
Because you'll play until all 12 cards are done. Scoring each tricks, and you're playing 4 hands.
So if you think you're going to win 4 tricks, you would take 4 door tokens. And then if you do correctly win all 4 door tokens, you would put little wreaths on the doors, indicating that you won those tricks. And if you did successfully win all 4, you get double the points per door, so that's 8 points. However, if you want to hedge your bet and you're I think I'll win 4, but maybe I could win 3, I'm not confident about it, you can take a red door, and the red door essentially just means that you will score 1 point for each trick you successfully win, but you won't lose any points, right? You won't get double.
Yeah, you'll get 1 point for every wreath that you put on a door, as long as you don't go over. So if you win 5 tricks and you go over, you kind of busted and score no points.
Right. So essentially, you're sacrificing the double points to still get some points if you're unsure. Yeah. By taking a red door. I don't mind the betting mechanism in trick taking. I like trick taking games. I think a little bit better than you do.
You do.
I do really like the Christmas themed because I know a lot of people are familiar with trick taking, so I feel like this is a really like accessible game, and I like that you can play tricks in like the past, present, and future. I think that's really cool because you're kind of like always looking to see what other people have played and how that will affect you going forward. And I think the betting element is unique too because the future can change based on who wins the past and the present. It's kind of hard to know if, like, you might be super confident that you'll win, but then the future can change and that could throw off your whole strategy.
Someone puts down a red 1, and no one else has a red card in that suit, so it just changes.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a really short, it's like 40-minute trick-taking game, but
very short.
There is the Tiny Tim variant, which is a lot quicker as well, because you only play one round. But yeah, that is Ghost of Christmas. If you are a fan of trick-taking games, or if your family's a fan of trick-taking games, definitely recommend this one because of the Christmas theme. It's like Christmas Carol themed, with the past, present, and future ghost. But yeah, definitely a good Christmas game to play.
Yeah, good take on the Christmas Carol for a board game.
Okay, so along with the trick-taking line, the next game we have is Ugly Christmas Sweaters, and this is published by H2 Games. I think this one came out last year. I think it was like a crowdfunding game. But in Ugly Christmas Sweaters, you are playing, it's a trick-taking game, but there's also a drafting element to it as well. So in this one, there are 3 cards that are at the top that you flip over, and 2 of them determine like your trump suits, and then the other one is like kind of like our special round scoring. So you have the perfect fit card that you'll flip over, and that determines the number on the card that will be the trump suit. So if you flip it over and it's a 4, then you're like, okay, any 4s that are played are like the super trump. And then the trendy yarn is when you flip that over, that determines the color that is the trump suit. So if nobody has a 4 but somebody plays a purple, that's the trendy yarn, then the purple would win because nobody played a 4. So 4 is the super suit for that, or super trump for that round, and purple is like the next level trump. So everyone will pick a card from their hand. So when Mitch and I played, we played 2-player. I would play a card, he'd play a card, I'd play a card, he'd play a card.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. I'm like, I don't remember this game playing like that. But now, we were playing 2 cards per trick.
So say I play a 4, so that's a super trump. And then Mitch played like a blue 7 or something like that. And then I'd play 1. So, but the cards that you're playing, they're different parts of a sweater. So you have either like the left sleeve, the right sleeve, or the bottom part
just
of the sweater.
Like
the bottom
torso,
of the sweater.
Maybe?
Yeah. And in order to successfully make a sweater, you need to have the 3 different parts combined. So once you determine who wins the tricks, it goes in an order. So if I played the 4, I would go first because that's a super trump. If Mitch then played the purple, he would go next because that's the next level trump. And then from there on, it would just go like high to low would win. So it would go, me, Mitch, say, for like picking the cards. So you have 4 sweater cards that are in the middle, and so if you got to go first, if you won the trick, then you get to have first pick at the draft, essentially. So be like, oh, okay, I want to take this red card that has snowflakes on the sweater, and because that 3rd card that you're putting down determines like your bonus scoring for the round. So it might be like if whoever completes the most red sweaters wins, or if you have a sweater that has all snowman, you get bonus points. So I might take the red snowman because it kind of goes with both, and then Mitch would get to pick the next out of the remaining 3 sweater cards that are left, and then it would go to me and then him, depending on how our tricks were laid out. So then we would keep going until we complete 3 sweaters. So the first person to complete 3 sweaters, it ends the round, and then you score up the points. So you get the bonus points for the special card for the round scoring. So again, whoever completed the most red sweaters, whoever completed the most snowmans on the cards. And then you would get an additional point if you have sweaters that are all of the same color or have all of the same pattern, you would get 1 point for those as well. And you also get points if your cards are in a sequence. So if you have like 10, 11, 12, or 1, 2, and 3, completing your sweater. So there's definitely a lot of layers to how you can score points in this game, which I think is really, really cool. And I know Mitch isn't that big of a fan of trick-taking, but I feel like this game adds so much more because of the drafting.
Have that betting element, and the cards you're playing for the trick become the reward for the next trick.
Yes, so, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's one thing. So it's like you might intentionally throw a trick in round 1 because you want to put those cards down to become cards you can gain in round 2 by winning those tricks. So I really like this one. It doesn't have like that betting mechanic that some trick-taking games have.
Yeah, I feel like the trick-taking element is so like minor. Like it's really just
minor. It's a huge part of the game.
No, I know, but it's not the whole game, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like most trick-taking games, like that's the biggest.
That's all you're doing.
That's the biggest thing about the game. And this one, it only determines like your draft order and then the cards that are in the marketplace the next round.
I crushed it in this game too.
You did. You did really good.
Beat you 56 to 54.
Yeah.
Crushed it. Was it this one that was 2 points away?
Oh, and then each person also has secret objectives that they're trying to complete, which are like your Aunt Jackie or Cousin Mo. They want a sweater that has 2 reds, and 1 snowflake pattern. So you're also trying to complete your secret objective cards. So that can also help with the drafting, because like even though the end of the round scoring might be the person who has the most red, if Mitch doesn't take the only red card, then I know he's probably going for like a secret objective. So it kind of makes that a little bit more fair, so nobody's just going for the secret objective cards. But yeah, I really like this one. There's so much strategy in how you build your sweaters, and and you have to like think ahead too, because if you have a card in your hand that would be perfect, or the right card for the sequence that you need, you have to play it into the trick, even though it means you might lose that trick because you need to get that card into the pool for you to draft. But then you have to win the following trick so that you can actually take the card that you want. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. But yeah, it's super cute. Ugly Christmas sweaters. If you like trick-taking games but you want a little bit more from them, definitely recommend this one for sure.
Yep. Now I'm going to talk about a game that's fairly popular, and that is Patchwork Christmas Edition for 2 players by Uwe Rosenberg. Right?
Lookout Games. But
and Lookout
designed by Uwe Rosenberg.
Yeah. Yeah, a popular name amongst board game people. Patchworks is a game where you are picking out polyomino pieces that are scattered across in a circle around the scoreboard. You are able to pick from, like, there's a little token that's placed around the circle of tokens, and you can pick the first, second, or third one from that and draft it into your quilt, your patch. Right? You're making
It's a quilt, but in this one you're drafting presents.
Oh, this one you're drafting
not
presents.
Quilt pieces.
Yeah. You're putting these polyomino shapes onto your board, and you're trying to get the most amount of buttons.
Yeah, buttons are the currency in this game.
Yeah, so you're trying to get the most amount of buttons. How do you get buttons? Well, by drafting those pieces. How do you get those pieces, though? Because in order to get those pieces...
I thought you were actually asking me that first.
No, I'm not asking you. How do you get those pieces? You got to pay buttons. So you got to spend money to make money in this game. And then after you've drafted the piece, you've paid the buttons, and you got the buttons that it's worth, right? You're going to move your token across the board however many spaces it says that piece is worth. So after you move it across the little spiral section, you might come across these little payday buttons, and for every button that you have on your quilt is how many buttons you're going to get in return. And there's, I believe, 7 paydays before you get to the center of the board. So you want to get those buttons on your board quick, so that way each 7 of those pay out hefty. And it's fantastic. There's also a 7-button bonus for the first person to complete a 7x7, and the total grid space is 9x9, I believe. And certain spaces across the spiral board have little one-by-one package pieces on there to fill in the small little gaps on your board. It's a very good game. And a 2-player only, which this is, you can kind of space it out to where it's like, all right, I'm going to get just the piece 1 space away. So that way Morgan can't get the piece that's 4 spaces away, which is the one I want.
So annoying.
I crushed it in this one too. So I'm going to only get 1 space away, so that way she can't get this piece I want that's 4 spaces away. And I got buttons early to where you weren't able... Oh, it's time. Time is what represents how you move on this game. Little hourglass shapes. That's what it is.
This is a good, it's like a relaxing game, to play while you're watching a Christmas movie.
Oh my gosh.
Or
They explain it way better on the box. Let me just read this for you. Choose a patch. Patches cost time and buttons, but they also provide income. Step 2, place the patches on your quilt. Step 3, players who use their limited time best and has the most buttons left wins.
But you're also trying to complete your quilt, because you get negative points for every empty space that you didn't fill in.
Yeah. You rushed too fast at the end and missed out. You got you ended with negative points, right? It was
but you have to try to fill up your whole board is the goal.
Yeah.
And to have the most buttons.
I had, I think, 20-something points at the end. You had negative 20-something.
Yeah, I had a lot of empty space. But it's a really good one to play while you're just sipping on hot chocolate, because you're just, it's a good puzzly game.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it.
I like the Christmas theme too, the different presents.
Yeah, leave it to Uwe Rosenberg. Uwe, it's a W. Uwe Rosenberg to do something cool with the polyomino, because they did New York Zoo, right? Yeah, it's a good game. I like it.
He does a lot of polyomino games.
All right, we have 2 more games to talk about?
Yes.
Alrighty, moving on.
All right, we're going to talk about Christmas Tree, published by Clever Green Board Games. And Christmas Tree is a drafting set collection game. So everyone has, do we have secret objectives in this one? Okay, so yes, everybody has these objective cards in their hand, where it might be the person who has the most gingerbread will score, or the person who has the most red ornaments will score bonus points. So everyone will put in their own objective card that they think, would be beneficial for the round based on the card that they have in their hand. So they put those down, and so those make up the kind of bonus scoring objectives for that round. And basically, it's just a drafting game, right? So you have a handful of these ornament cards. Everybody has their own Christmas tree in front of them. And you have a handful of different ornaments. So you pick one, and then you pass the rest to the next player, the player on your right. And then they give you, the player on your left gives you their cards. I think I said that opposite.
You did.
Player on your left gives you their cards. Player on your right, you give your cards to the player on your right.
No one ever passes counterclockwise. Everyone passes to the player to their left. So you're getting cards from the right.
Okay, you're getting cards from the right. You're passing to your left, and then that's what you pick for the next round. So then you can place your ornament anywhere you want on your Christmas tree. You get bonus points if you are able to connect bulbs. So on the Christmas tree, there's little lights kind of on the outskirts, but some of the ornaments have lights on the sides as well. So if you're able to successfully connect the same color light and complete a bulb, you'll get, I think, 2 points per colored bulb at the end of the game. And sometimes you get bonus points for that if the round objective requires that as well. If the person who has the most red bulbs completed will get this point. Then at the end of the game, you get additional points for every snowflake that you have. So some of the candies will have snowflakes on them. Some of the ornaments will have snowflakes on them as well. The gingerbread are really cool because they have on all of their arms and legs, they'll have symbols. So the right arm might have a candy symbol, the left arm might have a circle, the foot might have a star, and the left might have an oval. And so you have to for everyone, you're able to successfully attach to his arm. So if you put a circle on to the left of his left arm that has a circle symbol, you get bonus points because that's matching up with what the gingerbread wants. If you're able to successfully do all 4 of them, you'll get the most points. If you can only do 3, you'll still get points, but it's less than the max. So those are really fun, trying to, complete the gingerbread requirements. Yeah, and it just kind of keeps going from round to round. Each round you choose another objective card from your hand that you think you can fulfill, and it goes on the table. So you have a wide range of objectives that you're trying to complete on your Christmas tree, but your ornaments stay from previous rounds. So you're constantly, you can never complete it all, but you're always trying to figure out where to put your ornaments in the best spots. And then you can use the Lindor cookie to swap ornaments into a different position. Or what's the other one that you can do with the Lindor cookie? Do you remember? You can swap ornaments, or you can... I don't remember the other thing you can do with those.
Yeah, me either.
There's another thing you can do with the Lindor cookies, but I can't remember. It just kind of gives you a way to change up your placement of your ornaments once they're already set. But you do, you only get, I think, 2 of them, or 2 or 3, for the whole game. And you do sacrifice points in order to play those. But sometimes that might work out if you are able to, to score pretty big by swapping, using it to swap. But yeah, I can't remember what the other Lindor cookie does.
I have no clue.
But I really like how it just feels like you're decorating a Christmas tree. I thought when I ordered this game, I thought it was smaller, but I'm kind of liking how big it is, because everybody's Christmas tree is just really big in front of them, and it feels really good to connect the light bulbs and to successfully be able to score your gingerbread man and place your ornaments in the right spot. I really like all of the different variations in round objectives. And I like the drafting, oh man, I'm going to take this one because it has more snowflakes, but then I know I'm passing a gingerbread man on. So yeah, I really like drafting games and tile placement, and this is just a really fun one. The only downside is that I wish it played with more people. It only plays 2 to 4, but I think this is such a fantastic Christmas game that I wish it would at least play to 6. Especially because there's drafting, and I feel like drafting games work well when there's more people anyways.
Yeah, because we had a third ghost drafter, right?
Yeah, when we played 2 people, you have to use a third person anyways, where you just kind of randomly pick a card and then pass. Yeah, I really wish it played up to 6 because it's just so great, and I think this would just be such a hit to play during the Christmas time, because it feels so Christmassy, you're decorating a tree, and I don't know, it was just really fun. I really liked this one.
I won 56 to 54.
Yes, Mitch definitely was on a roll with the Christmas-themed games.
Yeah. All right.
That is a Christmas tree.
Last game now we got to talk about. All right, so Holly Jolly is from... Hey, the box is on, right? Look at that.
Oh, such a shocker.
It is. It's like a treat. A little present to myself. Holly Jolly is from 25th Century Games, and it's for 2 to 4 players. And this is the one... This is also a Christmas tree game to where you got a little tree stump card. Below the tree stump is presents, and above...
Presents and stockings.
Presents and stockings, yes. And then you have 4 cards, 3, 2, 1, to make yourself a little pyramid. Little pyramid. At the center of the pyramid, the bottom center 2 cards are lights and tinsel, and then right above that is either lights or tinsel. So on the side of the board, you also have a collection of lights or tinsel. And, ooh, Jesus. Let's see here. In this game, you choose your tinsel and lights from left side, select ornaments and presents, and score points. So what you're doing is from the 3 available lights or tinsel, you're grabbing one of them and putting it over top of the center 3 cards.
Existing lights or tinsel.
Yeah, existing ones. So if you put lights down, and then in the top right of that corner, your lights that you put down might have been 3. The lights that are already there might have been 6. So that's a total of 9 lights. So that means somewhere along the tree you can grab a card that is worth 9, or you can grab something below the tree on the right side of it, because if you get higher than 6, you grab either a present or stocking on the right side. If you're lower than 6, you grab a present or stocking on the left side of it. But it's always better to get the exact number you need off of the tree, so that way you're doing these special actions that these cards have. Like, I believe there was like a Santa card that allows you to...
Santa will sometimes allow you to
just get a present.
Just take a present or stocking from anywhere under the tree.
Right. And
so you're kind of
presents and
getting 2
stockings.
cards for the price of 1.
Yeah, those are points. Those are points at the bottom.
They could be points. They could be coal.
Well, that's why you want to grab a present, right? Because the presents were never coal.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
stockings are kind of like a wild card, because they could be like worth a ton of points or worth no points.
Right.
So it's kind of a crapshoot if you go for a stocking, because stocking cards are always face down, always. But presents, when they're revealed, they're always face up, so you always know what you're getting. Because presents are essentially presents are kind of the same thing that are in the tree, aren't they? Oh no, they're
different. Because the tree, you also have the toy soldiers, which are set collection.
That's right.
The snowmen, which are, I believe, a different set collection. Santas are always worth 2. And
snowman are like, if you have the most snowman, you can get different points.
Oh yeah, it's 8 or 4 points.
And then the presents are like the train, and if you have the train and the caboose, if you have both of them, they're worth more points. There's like sugar cookies, and then there's toys. So if you have like all 3 different toys, then you get points.
The other card that's in there is the star, and you're only allowed to ever collect 1 star. It's at the very top of the tree, and I believe those are worth, it says right here, 6 points. Stars are always worth 6 points. I was a little disappointed. I didn't think about it when we were playing the game. I tried to get a 2nd star, and Morgan was like, no. There's no place for you to put that star. There's only ever 1 star at the top of the tree. It's like, that makes sense, but at the same time, that's not how I planned to play the game. Either way, I won the game 56-54, so it...
That's the same score you said for the other game.
It's the same score I said for every game we've played so far.
You just made up numbers.
But I all the ones I said I won.
Yeah, I think you're right, but the score he's just been making up. Yeah, this one was a really fun one. I liked the different like scoring conditions and how you're trying to get different sets and like to score the most points. It feels like a Christmas tree too, because you can see the presents under the tree and the different lights and the star, and I don't know, it looks really cool on the board.
It's like, one thing I will say about just all of these games that we picked. Like, I know you more so have kind of cultivated these games over the past year. I thought these games would be like very like gimmicky into the theme.
Yes, agreed.
And it would just kind of be something that like fell flat. All of these games I thought were really good games, and that just so happened to have a Christmas theme to them.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, okay, we're gonna get some of these Christmas games. I like even if they're bad, like I think it would still be fun to like play a Christmas themed game around the holiday. But no, we were like surprised by all of these games. They were all super fun. They all had like layers of strategy, like even to like make us more interested in them, but like still simple enough that you could like teach it to your family. Yeah, I was really surprised by a lot of these. But yeah, those are kind of our picks for 10 Christmas-themed games. Let us know if you've played any of these, if there's any that we missed that we should check out. And if you like the shirts that we're wearing, our Happy Meeple Day shirts, we got these at the...
Where we get them?
The website, The Meeps.
The Meeps.
So we will link them down below. They don't just make Christmas sweaters, they make other board game t-shirts. So yeah, we'll link them down below. We have a couple of their shirts.
Yeah, we've gotten a few from them.
Yeah, but we really liked these board game themed Christmas sweaters because there's not that many board game Christmas shirts.
Yeah, there's not.
And if you need a last minute Christmas gift for a board gamer in your life who thinks that they could be the world champion, then consider giving them a ticket to the World Series of Board Gaming.
Yeah, Vegas. You know, get them a ticket to win some money.
It's going to be held next September 2023. Do you remember the dates?
Nope.
We will put
It's
them
after our honeymoon.
We'll put them on this screen.
Yep.
But if you are interested, we do have a referral link.
Yep. M is for Meeple.
Referral code.
Referral code.
M is for Meeple. We'll put all the information down in the description below. There is, 13 games that are going to be in the World Series of Board Gaming, including
16 games.
16 games. Yeah, it's going to be a really fun time. It's going to be in Las Vegas.
Watch out for my mom playing Azul.
Yeah.
She doesn't know it. We might just get her a
They
ticket
give
and
out
watch her
these
play.
really cool championship rings.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, we'll link them down below. Again, if you are interested, you can use our code. It is M is for Meeple. But yeah, it's a kind of a good last minute gift if you think somebody would be interested in it. So we'll link that below. Okay.
If you liked the video, click the like button, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified when we release new videos, and join us in the BG Hub Discord.
Yes.
Come chat with us.
It's awesome in there.
Yeah, there's all sorts of fantastic people. So yeah, come check us out. Talk to us in the BG Hub Discord. Links in the description down below.
But anyways.
Yeah, my name's Mitch.
And I'm Morgan. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, we hope you have a very happy holiday. We know there's tons of holidays this time of year.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye. And I'm Morgan, and in today's video, we're going to be talking... Oh, wait, no.
Oh, we don't do that.
We don't do that
do that. Oh, geez, what do we do?
We just start.
We throw like a clip in. Oh, man.
We throw a clip in.
Yeah.
And then we start, and then we just go right into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's good to be back.
It is.
Yeah.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, my hand wasn't up there.
What are you doing? I was waiting for... My antlers are sliding. Oh my gosh.
Got
Now my hair's on my face.
Morgan got ran over by... Not a reindeer.
I'm the reindeer.
You're the reindeer.
I ran over Grandma.
Oh, shit. What the hell are we talking about?
Mitch is upset because the box lid is on the wrong way.
To be honest, didn't even notice, but I'm just looking at the games that we've talked about already.
Okay, I thought you were like glaring at the box.
No. I've won the 12 Dice of Christmas. I won Jingle All The Way.
Yeah.
And I won Christmas Lights.
Just accept it. They're never going to be 100% perfect. This is by public...
So the red... Yeah, Sinbad is...
Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that the Mandela effect, where that guy was the one who played the genie?
There is 100% a genie movie with him. Like, it's out there. There's totally a movie with Sinbad as a genie.
There is in a parallel universe.
No, I've seen it, Morgan. We found Sinbad's Shazam genie movie. Well, where is it? How do we get there? This is bullshit. Son of a... This video came out on April's Fool Day.